Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I have a very special guest, first time guest today, and that is my son, Quinn.
Hello.
Put your hands out here, go. So they know, there he is. So, some of you have met Clark because he has come on during the NFL videos, but Quinn is Clark's twin.
Yes, I am.
So he might sound similar.
It's possible. Yeah.
And one thing that both of them do is run. They've run since what, middle school?
Yeah.
Or no? Yeah, you ran in middle school.
Well, actually, I don't know. Has Ross been on here?
No,
Oh.
he hasn't been on.
Okay. Well, he started running cross country first.
Okay, he's the oldest.
But
son.
then he gave up after a year because he was like, I don't really care
Too
about
much
this.
work.
But I actually think I joined it because he was in it. And then I started when Clark was playing football.
That's right, he played football.
And he played football, but he was kind of a smaller guy on the team. So I think after a season, he ended up running cross country with me too. And then, we started running through high school.
And you ran cross country and track. And winter, whatever it was
track,
called.
Yeah, which was not fun because you would have to get
it was cold.
Bussed up like 2 hours away to a college that had an indoor track, and then the tracks are way smaller, so to run a mile you have to run like 16 laps.
Yeah.
And they start miscounting laps and stuff. It was stupid.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
But then after, you didn't run like,
no,
I don't know, professionally or whatever in college. You didn't.
Yeah,
what do you call that? Like on
some people on the cross country team ran in college, but even they didn't enjoy it too much. Like I had one friend that did it for a season, but you have to be it takes a lot of effort. You got to be up really early, and then your schoolwork can kind of suffer from it. I feel like he was in chemical engineering. He didn't have time to do.
Oh, that's hard.
Be up running and go to college. So,
yeah.
But no, Clark and I both continued to run recreationally.
Right, you just ran. Yeah. But then when did you start running marathon?
That was,
I think your first was in Hawaii.
Yeah, I did when I did a semester in Hawaii, I did a half marathon there. But that was kind of just random. I was running a good amount there just because I liked how beautiful it was to run around there.
Yeah.
It's nice temperature.
But that first half marathon was painful for you.
Yeah.
So you hadn't been super training?
No, I really hadn't been. I thought I was in better shape than I was, I guess, running wise.
Well, you were running fast.
Yeah, I ran it faster than I probably should have. But, that's a good race to know that, a half marathon.
All right.
And then I ran the next I ran a full marathon 2 years ago now.
Right.
So that was a year after I graduated college. Similar thing happened. I trained more for this one, so I easily blew past the half marathon point, but at mile 22, things got really difficult, and then it was a slow crawl to the finish basically, and then I felt like very lightheaded after finishing it, but it was fun.
Yeah, sounds fun. That sounds fun.
It's fun.
Just not what I call fun, but okay. Well, so very recently, you just ran the Big Sur.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what we're mainly talking about today. 2 weekends ago.
And look what I found, a picture.
Hey, look at that.
And I think you probably did you run on the road?
It was all on the Highway 1.
So probably right along here.
But
did you go over this bridge?
Is that the Bigsby Bridge? Yeah, there's a...
Probably.
Yep, we ran across that bridge.
So beautiful.
Yeah, so 2 weekends ago, I ran the Big Sur Marathon, which is, if anyone's familiar with the area, it's 26 miles south of Carmel. It finishes in Carmel, so they bus you down, and the race starts at 6:45 a.m. So we had to be up. Our bus left. We stayed in Carmel, so our bus left at 3:30 was the pickup.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Forget it.
So
I'm out just for that.
Yeah. So we had to be up very early. I think I woke up at basically like 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
That morning. Because then you have to go walk over to the bus stop, which picks you up from like 3. Our time frame was 3:45 to 4. And they were like, if you're there past 4, you're out of luck.
Oh, wow.
So we got there around, I don't know, 3:30, 3:45. And then the bus ride, because there's so many buses that they're putting over there, they probably only averaged, like 25 miles an hour with the curves and the hills and whatnot. So it took over an hour to get to the start line.
Wow.
And then once we got to the start line, since they had to have so much stuff set up, you kind of are waiting around. So, I mean, if you do the math, like 4 or 5:30, we were around for another like hour and a half until the race started, which was a good time to use the porta john and stuff. I used that twice. So
Yeah, because you have that nervous
yeah,
energy.
you kind of got nervous energy, and it's like I was carb loaded and I was eating a bunch of food, so I needed to
Do you eat the morning of the run?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's talk about that. What do you do to like prepare for something like this?
Well, it's different for everyone, but the main advice is,
what did you do?
What did I do? Yeah. And I followed what the advice is you want to start carb loading. That's like the number. Well, I would say that's like the first line defense, if you want to call it that. 24 to 48 hours before.
Oh, okay.
Like when you do it more than like 48 hours out, some people might do 3 days even. Okay,
wow.
Say more than 72 hours, but you leave it at 24 to 48.
Okay.
Sure. But like maybe some people do 3 days, but it seems like it's not too effective more than like 1 to 2 days out. But starting like 2 days before, you basically just want to eat a lot more carbs. And when you look into it, there's like a ratio like per kilogram of body weight, how many carbs you want.
Wow.
But it's a lot.
So the day before, what did you eat?
The day before, I woke up, I had a bagel with cream cheese, potatoes.
Fried, baked?
They were like, I think they were just like pan fried, like, like home fries, kind of the thicker ones.
Yeah. Mm.
And I think that's just what I had first for breakfast. But then I had a bag of pretzels I got the day before that I was eating between breakfast and the next stop. We met up with some friends that were in Santa Cruz. So we already had this first breakfast, and then my friends that were in Santa Cruz were like, yeah, we're going to go get some breakfast. And I was like, oh, I can eat some more. So then we went somewhere and I got some like a kimchi fried rice bowl, which was really delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
It was like this shack that was like on the beach there. Pretty popular spot. There's a lot of people there. So yeah, I had rice there, and then I was kind of kept snacking on pretzels. And then we wanted a safe option. We wanted to do some food that was good, but we just ended up getting Jersey Mike's.
Oh, sure.
So I had a turkey sandwich.
So some protein in there too.
Yeah, a turkey sandwich and a bag of baked Lay's. And maybe like half a cookie.
Do you get the plain Lay's? Do you get the barbecue baked Lay's? What cheddar cheese, sour cream?
What's my order? My Jersey Mike's order?
What's your baked Lay's order?
Oh, I got just the plain baked Lay's, which honestly are kind of boring. They kind of taste like cardboard.
I like them. No, I like them.
But I was trying to eat very safe. I was like, I don't want any surprises. So I was like, I'm not even going to mess with like, I would normally get probably like Doritos or something.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
didn't want to.
I was like baked Lay's or baked Lay's are as easy as you get.
Yeah.
Carbs, I feel like. So, then like I was saying, I was kind of still snacking on pretzels. And then for dinner, we got a reservation in Carmel at an Italian restaurant. So we both ordered spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh yeah.
And bread pudding for dessert.
Oh, wow. And you probably had bread on the side.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It was a lot of carbs.
That's a lot of carbs.
Yeah, it's a lot of food.
And that was actually day 2. So you'd already done this a day before that, probably too.
The day before, yeah. The day before I had.
So you did a full 48 hours.
I did a full 48 hours of eating a lot more food than I normally do.
And then the morning of the race, you have a bagel?
Morning of the race, I had an English muffin with peanut butter and a banana.
Oh, okay. So a little potassium.
Yeah, I don't really know what the benefit of banana is, but it's very common for runners.
It's potassium, so you don't get cramps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like it's just a nice, easy breakfast, too. But yeah, I think the potassium definitely.
Do you have coffee? Do you have any caffeine?
I don't, because I'm not a caffeine drinker, but a lot of runners drink their morning cup of coffee if they're used to it.
I've heard caffeine can help with running. I don't know.
It does. No, it does, because the gels that I brought, a lot of them have caffeine mixed in.
All right. So that is the carb loading aspect of it.
Yeah, that's before. I was long-winded way of explaining.
Well, no, that's what we do here. We long-winded things. But before this, you're training.
Yeah.
And which has gone on literally for years because you've been running since forever. But to train for a marathon, is there like a kind of short way to explain how you do that?
Yeah.
Like if I want to run a marathon.
Right. Like you're saying, I've kind of ran since high school
Yeah.
pretty,
So
like there were times where it's like, oh, I'm not running much, just a couple miles a week, but I kind of always kept running. So I kind of had a base.
Yeah.
And then this past Big Sur, I did like an 18-week training block where I started just getting like, cause my base was already a decent amount of mileage. So I probably started that at like almost 25, 30 miles and then kind of slowly went, that's per week. Yeah. And then I kind of slowly crept up until I reached my peak at 55 miles in a week.
Wow.
And I was lifting twice a week because that really helped. I didn't do that.
You think lifting helps with running?
Yes. You definitely want to lift if you're
Is that mostly legs?
All legs. I did twice a week, all on my legs, and it's really just to prevent injury. I mean, it's not, and the Big Sur Marathon's hilly,
what about
so
stretching? You don't do like yoga and things like that?
I do stretching before and after runs, but very light. Like I spend like 5 minutes on it. You should probably spend more, but I'm kind of lazy with the stretching. But yeah, the lifting is a big component. Was kind of new for me this time, but it definitely makes your legs feel stronger. Injuries is a very common thing when you're marathon training. And injury prevention is very important. And I do think that's the way to go. Cause I mean, if you were to have an injury or something, you'd end up going to a physical therapist and they'd make you lift basically.
Lift and stretch.
Yeah. That's what you do.
I think the last marathon Clark trained for, he injured his ankle or something. And he really felt like that was a giant, but he was overdoing it. Mm-hmm. I think he was overdoing it. That's why he injured himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it just happens.
It just happens, but I do think lifting really prevents it. I thankfully had no injuries or any sign of injuries this training block, which was great. The first time I ran a marathon, I kind of had like 2 injuries come up. Like my shin started hurting and I just stopped running for like 2 weeks, and then my knee started hurting and I stopped running for. I just switched to biking and swimming, but it's like when you're trying to train for a marathon, it does feel really annoying that you can't run.
Yeah.
I had my knee hurt though for like 3 weeks in there, which is kind of why my training didn't go as good for that first one. So,
yeah. So when you do this 18-week sort of training, now you're saying you started at 25 miles a week, which it would be a little more than I would start at, but that's beside the point. But so what do you bump up once, like every 2 weeks? How many miles?
I was basically just adding like 2 miles, 3 miles a week.
A week, I see.
So I was like, say I started at 30, then I was at 33 and 36.
Yeah.
And then every like 4th week I would cut back a bit just for another injury prevention. Every 4th week I would do like 20% like reduction on mileage and just go a little bit easier on your legs.
I see.
Just definitely don't want.
So do you pick like a day before the marathon where you run like a half marathon or like?
Yeah. So every Sunday is going to be, or actually this time I did every Saturday, and it just worked out better for me. You do a long run, and the long runs are just going to add up in mileage essentially. Starting at probably your first long run might be 8-10 miles, and then it's going to go up 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I ended up doing 2 20-milers, and that was the longest distance I did.
Wow.
My first 20-miler being just slow, just making sure I could do it. And the second one was kind of like a progression where it was started out kind of slow and then got a decent bit quicker. And then at the end, what I wanted to do for the marathon for the last like 6 miles. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And that's the thing is training always feels, at least in my experience, always feels harder than what race day does. Cause race day, you hit a taper for the last three weeks before the marathon where you basically just, you cut mileage a lot, you stop lifting, and it just like basically all that training settles in, and then you roll up to the start line with the freshest legs possible, and it makes a huge difference.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you take a taper.
Yeah, taper, which should be, some professional runners might even do just a week. Some do 2, 3. I do 3, and I really do think, because it's not like the taper's like you stop running. You just cut back. You cut back like 20% each week until you're down to the week of. You're just running just a couple miles until you hit the start line.
Interesting.
But yeah, this would be a training program for someone who's been running.
Oh, right.
If you're coming, like people call it like couch to marathon.
Yeah,
it's definitely different, and it's definitely doable too. Like in 18
But
weeks,
really,
but
you
it would
probably
just
do
look different.
couch to 5K, and then couch to 10, and then couch to,
Yeah, I
you
would
know what
certainly
I mean? Probably
recommend
not
running.
start couch to marathon.
Probably not. I would certainly recommend running a half marathon at least first.
Yeah, that's,
Because that's still a long distance too.
yeah.
But the couch to marathon, it's definitely doable. It would just be, you just have to run slower and just make sure you're not going to hurt yourself and
Yeah.
build up mileage differently. It'd be more about finishing than time, which is kind of where it differs for me. Is I care more about my time. Well, I care about finishing obviously, but
Yeah.
since I've run a couple and I'm already signed up for the Philadelphia Marathon, I'm trying to run faster.
Wow. So what happens if you have to go to the bathroom while you're running?
I had to pee during the Big Sur. They have a lot of
Like porta
porta
potty
johns
spots?
every couple miles. I have never
So if
had
you're going
to.
for time, that kind of sucks though.
Yeah. I mean I peed real quick.
Yeah.
And then I just ran to catch up to where I was at basically.
So do the real competitive guys wear like a diaper, or what do they do?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think runners ever wear that. You kind of just got to hope for the best.
Yeah.
And if things really go south, then
Do you eat or drink while you're?
while running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people bring water bottles with them, or they make now like vests basically that hold 2 water bottles,
Okay.
which I brought on my long runs because they don't have water stations. But for actual marathons, I don't bring anything like that with me because they have water every some marathons. It could be every mile or so. The Big Sur is a little more spread out because it's a bit harder of a point to point kind of marathon where they didn't have as much aid, but they still had water every couple miles. And I certainly make sure to stop at every water station because you want to stay hydrated. And it helps when you're taking gels and goos. It helps them like.
Well, the gels and goos are like little packets that you carry with you. You rip them open and just suck on them, and they're just carbs.
Yeah, they're just like I said, a lot of them have caffeine. The one that I had this time, which was the first time I tried it, they say do nothing new on race day, but I didn't. I did this new one on race day, which was 100 milligrams of caffeine, which for me is a lot. Like 100 milligrams is more than a cup of coffee, and I did 2 of those during it. But yeah, these ones, it's called the Martin's gel, and it tastes like in science class, like an agar cube. You like put like. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Sugar cube? I don't know.
It's like Jell-O, basically.
Okay.
Thicker Jell-O.
And you eat this during science class?
No, you might like rub a culture on it and grow on it.
Well, then how do you know what it tastes like?
I don't, but this is the same texture as it.
I see. Gotcha.
Or maybe I've tried it. It's probably edible. I'm sure it is edible.
I'm sure.
Well, I wouldn't eat it. But the gel is the consistency of like a hard Jell-O. And then some of them, the ones that are popular, most popular is goos. I don't do goos anymore because
If you don't like it
No.
in your mouth.
No.
So the agar cube thing, like, or what? Do you just swallow that whole?
Yeah,
because it seems like it would be
just,
hard to.
Yeah, you kind of just chew it a couple times and then you kind of
okay.
just swallow it.
Yeah.
It goes down easily. And then the other one I was using was called Humas, and they're like a chia seed blend.
Oh, okay.
And those ones are good.
Really?
And they had 25 milligrams.
You'd think the
caffeine.
seeds would be a problem.
No, so they like blend it so it's smooth.
Oh, okay.
But it tastes definitely better than goos, which are like goos become like thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like hard to get down. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, you're running trying.
But they recommend, if you look it up, like they'll recommend taking a goo every like 30 to 45 minutes if you're doing continuous exercise. So I just did one every couple miles, 4 or 5 miles.
And you felt good on this race.
I felt great all the way through to the end. Yep.
That's
I finished and I walked right through the finish line and was fine. And I think that had to do with, honestly, the fueling. That was really the main difference.
You think it was the
I
carb
think it was the
loading
carb
and then making
loading,
sure you were taking
and then
the
make sure I was
things
taking
even
those.
before you really wanted them.
Yeah. Yeah, I took
Probably.
one before I even started running. I took one early.
And these are the type of shoes you generally wear?
So,
Uh-oh. No? Yeah?
yeah.
This is mine.
Yeah,
This is my
that's yours.
Hoka.
I wear the Hoka Clifton 9s to train in, and
okay.
I have an insane amount of pairs of Hoka Clifton 9s because they stopped making them.
Yeah, I want to buy more, but I can't find them. But
They're on to the Clifton 10 now, but I found a place that has the Clifton 9, so I've since ordered like 4 pairs
Yeah.
of them. But that's what I did all my training in. But for race day, I ran with the Nike Alpha Flies, which is a specific marathon-made shoe.
Oh.
It's as close as you can get to paying to win, which is kind of obnoxious to do.
Oh.
I mean, I got them when they were on sale, so they were, I'll be transparent, it was $170 for a pair of these. But that's on the cheaper end.
But you only wear them on race days?
You only wear them on race days. Some people wear them if they're doing like a real quick workout.
Isn't that kind of bad to wear a shoe for the first time when you're running? You'd
Yeah,
think that
it's
would
a
be
bit
blister syndrome.
It's a bit of risk, but they're made specifically for fast pace. Like they really you only get the benefit if you're running faster than like a 7:30 minute per mile pace.
And what pace were you running?
I ended up finishing with 7 minutes 11 seconds.
That sounds very fast. I'm sure I couldn't run a single mile that fast. I'm sure. No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't.
Oh, you gotta go to the track.
Remember last time we went to the track? One lap, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I used to run. I used to.
You could have put up a couple more laps.
I don't know.
And then we did some army crawls or something.
Yeah,
so.
well, no, we did a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I can walk forever. I could outwalk a lot of people, but I couldn't outrun a lot of people.
Well, that was...
But enough about me. If I were on the race, I was thinking when you were talking about the vest with I'd wear one of those hats with like the beer things and the straws.
The beer straws going right in. Yeah. Well, two things. One about the shoes and then one about the walking.
Yeah.
The shoes that I have, the marathon shoes, they have carbon fiber plates, not these ones.
Yeah,
they have a
the
carbon
Nike
fiber
ones.
plate that propels you when you like I said, that's the speed
So it
thing.
actually-
When you get enough speed, it like actually gives you. They've done studies on it. It gives you like the study's proven like a 2 to 4% like energy.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do, Quinn. Bring the oops, I just dropped that. Bring the shoes. Bring the Hokas. We'll go to the track and we'll time you running. What do we do? Half mile in each shoe.
That's not a bad idea.
And
I mean,
just
that's
see.
kind of the studies.
But then can you do?
But also, I'd be more tired.
That's what I was going to say. Well, then you do the Hoka first. And if you still match or beat the speed, then you know they're working, right?
Yeah.
I think that would work.
No, that'd be entertaining to try.
Anyway.
Yeah, the shoes also have like an air pod in them.
What?
Yeah, it's like.
So if you lose them?
No,
They get stolen? Oh,
it's like literally
your
like
time.
No. It's
For
not
music.
No, it's not an electronic. It's literally like
an
air
AirPod.
pod. Like, have you ever seen those Nike shoes that are?
Okay.
They have those stupid like.
You mean like
air pockets?
the clear AirPod?
Yeah.
It's
like a bubble.
When I was when I lived out in Arizona, the Nike came out. The Nike. Ugh. Nike, I just sound like an old person. Nike came out with the Air, I forget what they call them. Air
Maxes?
That doesn't sound quite right, but maybe. And they were clear right here, and they had that, you could see the air bubble.
Yep.
Okay, so I spent the most money I'd ever spent on a tennis shoe in my life on those shoes because they were the thing, and I was jogging at that time. So I bought those shoes, and within like 2 weeks, every time you stepped, it would go squeak,
yeah.
squeak. Oh my God. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Well, no, that's what I was really worried about when I
That's
bought
what
these
happened.
new shoes, actually, is the first time I took them on a run.
Yeah.
They were the loudest shoes I've ever had on.
It drives you crazy.
It was squeaking so loud. And then I looked it up and people were like, you got to put like 6 miles on it and then it'll go away. And I ran, and I'm not joking, like between mile 6 and 7, they just stopped making noise. You just need to break them in.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, it's just the plastic from the factory. It just makes a really loud squeaking noise until you run long enough on them.
Oh my God. What is worse than when you're walking
was so
along and your
annoying.
shoe is like,
Well, I was running in my neighborhood, and every time I'd run past someone, I was like,
sorry.
I was like embarrassed, which like, I don't care if people will hear my squeaky shoes, but they were so loud. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
People are probably like, this guy's shoes are
That's so
so
funny. So how far in advance of a marathon do you need to sign up? Are there or do they fill up?
It all depends on the marathon,
Oh, I
obviously.
see.
Like,
So they're all different.
like Boston, you have to qualify for any of the big major ones. You
Okay,
have to
what do you
enter a
mean by
lottery.
Boston? You have to qualify. What does that really mean?
Boston is the main qualifier race where anyone can qualify, but you need the Boston qualifying time. So you have to run an official time on a Boston qualifying course, which is basically any major marathon is a Boston qual. Like,
So what
will
kind
accept
of
your
time would qualify a young man of your age for the Boston Marathon?
I think the age group for me is 20. It might be 20 to 30. Oh man, I don't know the ages. Doesn't really matter. My age is
In your 20s.
it was 3 hours 2 years ago, but now that marathons are getting more popular and people are getting faster, it's now 2:55.
Wow. Okay.
And then they only accept a certain amount of people. So last year it was like a 2:50:40 or something. So it was even 5 minutes faster than what they had the cutoff as.
Oh, wow.
So it ended up being like 2:50, which is like a 6:30-minute mile.
So that's something you want to try to.
That's what I would love to do at Philly, but that would mean cutting off a very solid amount of time between now and then. But to be fair, Big Sur is a hilly course. Philly's flat.
How was Boston? Is Boston flat?
Not entirely. It's got a decent hill that they call like Heart Attack Hill.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
But I would love to run Boston. It seems like a great time. Yeah, and then the other majors, you enter raffles. For the Big Sur, I entered a raffle. And,
Okay.
I mean, for races like New York, you have about a 2 to 3% chance of getting in.
Oh,
just
wow.
based on how many people
Oh,
do it.
okay. Yeah.
Big Sur was higher, obviously, but still unlikely to get into Big Sur because it's a pretty coveted race.
Well, the New York Marathon that just ran. In fact, you were saying it was dated Big Sur. Somebody.
No, the London Marathon
Oh, it's a London.
was the same day as Big Sur.
Oh. But somebody ran
Under 2 hours.
Under 2 hours.
Yep.
Wow. So do you know, like, what's the kind of known as the easiest course? Or is that not something? Like if you want to start off.
Well, any flat course is going to be the easiest.
So probably somewhere, Ohio, Indiana.
There's one up in, Philly's pretty flat.
Oh, is it?
There's one up in Erie.
Oh.
Around Presque Isle. That's like entirely flat. You do like
really?
2 loops around.
That might be pretty too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good. It's one of the last races before Boston.
Oh.
So people do it as like a last minute qualifying race.
I see. So if they didn't qualify the rest of the year, they
Yep.
go run that. Okay. That's interesting.
But no, there are easier courses. Like the Phoenix Marathon
Yeah.
is a couple thousand feet, over 1,000 feet downhill because you start up in the mountains and then you run down into, Mesa, whatever.
Mesa, yeah.
And all that. So it is just from uphill to flat.
Oh, wow.
But Boston used to take those times, and it wasn't until recently they
They're
started
like,
putting
wait a minute.
They take the time, but they put there's a range for the elevation, and they add time to your time.
Oh.
So if you go down like 1,000 feet, you have to run like it's a lot. It was pretty punishing. It's like 10 minutes faster for that.
Oh.
Like more than so it's not worth it to run a downhill course.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, any other advice for people wanting to run a marathon? Or any other thoughts?
Any other
well, show
advice?
your watch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
This is my running watch, which my brother got me for Christmas, actually.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Because it's not cheap.
No. This is a Koros Pace 4, which, you go in here and you can just record all sorts of stuff. And it's got some other random stuff on here. I don't know.
But basically, it tracks how fast, how your pace, everything.
Yeah, when you start a run,
and
it'll get the satellite.
It connects to your phone and everything.
Yeah,
too.
and it'll upload to your phone, but it'll take your pace, your mileage, all that. And the nicest part is, because I was using an Apple Watch before, the Apple Watch dies in like a day. This, when you charge it, will last like over a week easily with tracking workouts every day.
That's pretty good.
So it's a nice watch.
And it tracks your heart rate,
Yeah.
your blood sugar level.
And you wear it to sleep, it'll track your sleep. I don't do that.
Don't do that. You'll drive yourself crazy.
Some people like to obsess over
Yeah,
everything.
I know. That's the thing with those things. It can become an obsession. Does it track anything else? Sugar? Isn't that something that...
VO2,
Oh.
which is like... Yeah, that's what people...
That's how much
like
oxygen,
it's
volume.
Like, It's essentially like your max threshold of how... Your max potential, basically.
Do you look at that kind of thing? Or?
I have like literally once, but it's not something I really concern myself with now.
So what do you look at mostly? Just your pace?
I actually have it set up to... I don't even have heart rate on here because I don't look at my heart rate, which a lot of runners are probably like, you should definitely do that.
Yeah.
I just have it set up so literally all I see is the activity time, the pace, and the mileage.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't like worrying about heart rate too much.
No, I know. You don't want to.
It starts freaking me out.
Right, exactly.
It's just like, whatever.
Exactly. I agree.
Well, because I've even read some people were saying for like the Big Sur Marathon, they were like, oh, I started going up the hill and my heart rate was spiking, so I just like started walking.
Oh.
Which like,
it's going to spike.
Right, you're kind of letting the heart rate take control of you there, like,
Yeah.
which might not be a bad idea because at the end of the day, if your heart rate's spiking, that means you're working a little bit harder, and it depends on which way you think about it.
But do you want your watch to tell you it's a problem, or do you want your? Although I shouldn't say anything because people do end up in the hospital after a marathon, so you do want to be careful.
No, if you're more comfortable looking at your heart rate than anything else, then go for it. But
you know how your body reacts.
I know how my body feels.
If you suddenly felt lightheaded, you'd be like, okay, something's funky or whatever.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think so.
Hopefully. Hopefully. All right. Well, I think that was pretty informative.
I think that's a lot of...
Pretty informative.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that you felt like made you better from one marathon to the next was doing the really proper carb loading and lifting weights, and then just training more carefully so there's no injury involved.
Yeah, I train more carefully and thoughtfully. I mean, when you're trying to get quicker times, you have like 2 workouts a week that are faster.
Yeah.
That are trying to push like your threshold, and then you have the other runs are just easier. That was a big difference. The first time I trained, I did like all my runs at just a pretty decently quick pace.
Yeah.
And like they shouldn't be like that. You should have some slow, easy runs. You should have some runs that are faster, that are pushing your threshold, they call it basically. That's like you're actually improving your overall fitness and your endurance, and that's it's just a smarter way to train. But this is all if you're trying to go for a fast time.
Right.
If you're just trying to finish it, then just go out and just get some miles in and make sure you do your long runs. And it's like if you can go out and you can run a 20-mile run, like you can go out and you can finish a marathon.
Right.
So it's about getting there first.
Right. You're going more for like speed right now.
I'm trying to cut my time down. Yeah.
So
just for fun.
Yeah.
And it is fun for a lot of times, but also it's kind of a lot of work.
Oh, it is a lot of work. You run all the time.
I do run a lot.
Which reminds me, we never went walking today. You came over. We were going to go walking.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
It's getting dark.
Well, we got a little bit of time.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on and talking.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I bet people are going to love this.
I hope so. And I hope they're not like, this dude's a sweaty tryhard. What is he talking about? The tryhard.
Hey, man. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.